We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Brits. And before I start, I want to definitely say this episode is going to be very different. Yeah, it will be very different. It will be. Because before every episode, I usually talk about something, like how my week is going, whatever the case may be. And then we jump into the topic. But this week, I just decided to do a shoot your shit episode where I just ramble, flow into topics, because I had so much on my mind. So usually, before I film Princess, I have a topic ready. And lately I've been doing this thing where I talk about something right before the episode based off of, how my week's going or something that happened. But I had so many things that I wanted to talk about. It was crazy. So I have wrote it all down. I don't know if we're gonna get into everything this week. I think this is a lengthy. I don't know how to make it flow, or whatever the case may be. But so it's gonna be a little different. So it's basically shoot your shits. I'm just getting in my bag. I'm talking about a variety of topics based off of things that I've watched and seen, or things that happened this week. I actually, and as I was writing my notes, I'm like, I've been really, seeing and experiencing and watching a lot of different things this week. And that's probably why my mind is so, so much stuff in it. But my week has been going pretty good. Well, my week went well. I went out with my friend Jamil this week. We went to go grab something to eat. That was cool. Did I do anything besides that unique this week? Nah, I don't think so. But yeah, that was fun. And I'm tight because I wanted us to take pictures. So I'm on this new thing where I want to start taking pictures again. And when I say pictures, I mean pictures. Remember when we used to take pictures on the little cameras, disposable cameras, and you hang them up? Because what happened was I got some pictures printed from Shutterfly. We're not sponsored. And I had bought picture frames from IKEA and I hung them up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love pictures. It made me realize I need to take more pictures. And another thing, we don't take pictures this way anymore. So the picture frame had a few picture slots that had to go this way, and I don't have many that go this way, or whatever the case may be. But yeah. So, and I also don't take pictures a lot. Believe it, I'm the type of person, I'll take the picture. I don't want to be in a picture because I always feel like I look crappy in pictures. When people take them of me, it's really rare. So yeah, I want to take more pictures, and I don't have a lot of pictures with my friends and stuff. Random. And I want to have photo albums. Pictures say 1,000 words. So I'm about to be mad annoying. Whoever hang with me, I want to take pictures. But I was a little nervous. That's how we live in such a different time. I wanted to maybe ask the waiter, can you take a picture of us? But I feel it was going to be mad embarrassing having everybody watch this lady take a picture of us. But look, we gotta do what we gotta do. Only God could judge us, you feel me? So next time, definitely, because I don't have a picture with Jamil. I don't have a picture with mad of my friends. I probably do. I do have some on Facebook, and I was thinking about getting those printed out. I hope they don't look shaky, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, random. See, my brain this week especially is a freaking brain fart. It's just So yeah, what I want to start with, it's been a lot going on in the hip hop community. The rapper King Von and Mo3 died. I didn't know King Von beforehand. Mo3, they said Little Boosie had a very controversial, not controversial, but just a dope interview with Mike Tyson on Mike Tyson's podcast, Hot Box In, which is, very cute pun on words. I never watched or listened to Mike Tyson's podcast before, but when I kept hearing all the stir up on it, I was like, let me go listen, let me go watch. So I decided to listened to that interview, and in the interview, Little Boosie brought Mo3. Now Mo3 was quiet through the majority of the interview until the end. Little Boosie. Mike Tyson had asked him like, "Who are you?" Like Mike Tyson was on some different shit. If you get time, watch the interview. The interview was really more of a Mike Tyson type of interview to me. Like Mike Tyson spoke more than Little Boosie did, but Mike Tyson was getting in his bag, so that's why the interview was so good. Or whatever the case may be. Like Mike Tyson was saying some really dope things, and he asked him some really hard hit. In the beginning, he asked some hard hitting questions, but then he started like, and the way Mike Tyson was talking was as if he was telling Lil Boosie about himself, which was just like kind of like dope, and especially for somebody like Lil Boosie. But yeah, that's how I knew of Mo3. And then when I went on his page, I'm like, yo, his music is like actually kind of good. Of course, I checked out King Von. And, you know, the thing with these artists, though, is they really about that life. You feel me? Like, and it's worrisome because, like, these artists are not even living. Like, I think King Von was, like, 26, and Mo3 was 28. Like, that's like, jeez. And they got kids. And I'm just wondering, like, why these rappers keep dying. Like it's really sad. Like even though we may not know them, they may not be huge and popular, but like XXX was huge, you know. Juice WRLD was big. Mac Miller, like these artists were big artists. You know, Juice WRLD died from drugs. Mac Miller died from drugs. XXX died from gun violence. King Von gun violence. Mo3 gun violence. The Mo3 story killed me because they shot at that man on a highway. Like, I feel like now because of social media, like it's easy to become an artist. They don't do artist development anymore, right? So I feel like our artists, like we have artists like, you know, Jay-Z, Nas, who else, you know? Let's say Jadakiss, or these people, they came from the streets as well, but they still living off. Our artists are like 50, and I think what it was that what labels would do, they would have to find you. They pull you out the streets, they build you a little bit, they mold you, and they try to help give you a career and you know, you gotta go to the studio. You have to do this. You have to do that. And so much stuff you usually had to do. And now these new artists, they don't really have to do all of that. Like they can shoot and film their own music videos. They don't have to have a manager saying, "Oh, today you have to do X, Y, and Z." And it's like we need that artist development. Like why are these artists making money but still tied into the streets so heavily? Like, what did P. Diddy and Jay-Z and them do differently that these artists aren't doing? Like, I also was watching, I watched a little bit of it, not all of it, but I watched the Busta Rhymes and Van Jones interview. And one of the things Busta Rhymes said in it was like how, I forgot the man's name, but it was like a manager that he was working with at the time had him and the people that was in the label run and rap. Like, literally, they were running and rapping. Y'all think one of these young fucking artists gonna have somebody tell them to run and rap? Let's be honest. Like, back then they were developing artists. These artists ain't have time to run back in the streets and be able to get shot and killed. They don't have that. I'm surprised if someone was on drugs. Honestly, like, did they have time to do drugs? Like, do you have time to sniff coke? You can't. If you're running and rapping, I don't understand. So it's just like, when you, especially if you make it big and you feel like you made it big on your own, like literally on your own, like you really got 1 million followers on Instagram without the help of a label and stuff like that. Like you really got all these streams and listens from you. And it's like, you feel like nobody can't tell you nothing and things like that. But I don't know, it's just sad, and I just really want these rappers to stop like getting killed, because like I know with the song the rapper CJ got that song Rocky, like busting your mata, Like that song, you know, it goes hard. Like some of these songs go hard. Like even with 6ix9ine, like his songs, Gumo and stuff, it promotes gang violence, it promotes gun violence. But the songs were hard. But it's like, where's the balance? Like, how can we balance these things out? Like, how can we? You can't though, because at the end of the day, you can't rap about something you ain't doing. Like, I ain't interested. It's like, we like these songs. Like, Young Jeezy was talking about drug dealing. He was really living that life, but he's still here today. He's married to Jeannie Mai now. He has a whole podcast. T.I., when T.I. was at his peak, he got arrested for having mad guns in his car. I don't know. It's like, these artists is really rapping, but really getting caught up. And it's like, it's weird. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. Like, once you get in, like, get out. That's the only thing. So, yeah, that has been weighing heavily on me this week. Because it hurts, you know, to see. Even though I don't know these artists, you know, I'm not going to act like I'm familiar with them. I was not familiar with them. Like I said, especially, like, I don't know nothing about them. But it's just, like, it's such a repetitive cycle. And it's just, like, why is this happening? Like, my generation, our artists are still here, a lot of them, and they live until 50 and stuff like that. So it's just weird. It's so weird to the point, like, I was just thinking the other day, like, I was thinking like how it's mad weird that some of these celebrities used to be 26. You get what I'm saying? Like, so when I was like 12, they was like 26. Like, it's mad weird even viewing them in their 20s now. Like, I'm so accustomed to seeing them older, but. Yeah, I've been, you know, watching my stuff on IG, looking at this, and I just want to say rest in peace to King Von, rest in peace to Mo3, and a lot of these new rappers, y'all need to really just chill the fuck out. Also this week, you know, been in the house, doing me, and, you know, this topic, I don't know if it's, you know why it's problematic. It's not problematic, it's me. It's Britney. It's Britney. It's definitely a Britney thing. Or is it a Britney thing? I don't know. That's why sometimes I wish I had like a bigger following, because I be needing opinions. I be needing to hear feedback. I want to hear, like, is there somebody out here that's like me? And I know it is, but hey, it is what it is. So, living with family, that's my man. If you don't know, if you don't watch the podcast. This is my first time ever living with a partner. You feel me? And I just wanted to know, like, how y'all coping out here? Like, cause me personally, I'm very free flowing. I actually am clean now. That came with age, but I feel like as me, like Britney, like I'm not the most uniform. Like, for instance, like I walk around here with like my shirt and my panties on constantly, no bra, period, straight across the board. It's just a lot. Like I burp, I pass gas, whatever. He gets mad sometimes, but it's just like whatever. Or like this month I got my period. So if y'all don't know, obviously I was pregnant. When you're pregnant for 9 months and you don't get your period at all. So I was pregnant for 8 months. I didn't have a period. When I moved in with family, I didn't have my period. So, you know, I didn't get to experience that life with him. But it's just like, so I've been having a little mishap. I'm human. I haven't had my period in mad long. Like, that's one thing I really do miss is not having a period. Because, like, I'm just like, why? What is this? And then when you give birth, and you finally get your first periods, those periods are either really light or really heavy. I'm more on the heavier side, and like they're either more painful. It has been a little more painful for me, but I've been able to cope with it. So it's just weird when you want to be you, and that goes back to like last week, the beauty of being single too. It's like when you want to just be like you, but it's just like, oh, Brittany, you're on your period, you're bad, you bleed, like, I just feel like, and I be watching stuff, and I'm seeing these girls talking about, I don't fart in front of my man and all this other nonsense. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna, like, you're not gonna tell me I can't fart in my house. Like, I don't get the logic. You telling me every time I gotta fart, I gotta get up and walk to the bathroom in my house. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, that's not lady. Like y'all lady females, y'all lady bitches. I can't do the lady. Okay? And first of all, nobody's not gonna tell me what the fuck a lady is, what a woman is, what a who is, and who is hot, and who not. That's what you're not gonna fucking do. Because see, now we gotta get in our lady bag. And the lady bag is not a Birkin. Cause I could really wrap some of y'all up and tie y'all in a fucking bow. Let's be honest. The lady bag is a bag where it's a market of females who live by these rules that they're better than, or they're more than, or they're that bitch because, let's say, per se, they feel like they always get their nails and their feet done every 2 weeks and their hair done every 2 weeks, and they don't fart in front of their man, and they don't put their bag on the floor, and they never leave the house without earrings. Their eyebrows are always done, and their lashes, like, you're like, I'm a lady. Like, I'm that bitch. Like, I look good all the time. In my house, my man has never seen me with my wig off. Like, he has never seen me with my hair fucked up. No bitch will never see me down. I never look bad. I never seen a bad day. Stop. Because a lot of bitches be in a lady bag. That's not ladylike. Not ladylike girls. And their shit is not together. Let's be honest. You're in this ladylike bag and you don't have a job. You're in this ladylike bag and you don't have a place to live. You're in this ladylike bag and you're not shit. And like that's what really be getting me tight is like the ladylike girl. Like if you gonna live this ladylike life, like this ladylike bag, like you gotta live up to that shit. Like, cause I feel like it be the ladylikes. That's not a certain term. And they really be trying to play bitches because, like, for me, I feel like I am ladylike, but I'm not a ladylike. I can get my nails done, but I hate sitting in the nail salon. I swear to God. Like, I was supposed to get my nails done for my birthday. Like, this has been going on since last week, Thursday. I said I'm gonna do it Thursday. I said I'm gonna do it Friday. Then I couldn't do Saturday because I had dinner with my family Saturday. So I said I'm gonna do it Sunday. I'm gonna do it Monday because Tuesday's my birthday. Look, now it's Sunday. Y'all watching this now, it's Monday. My nails are not done. It's not a bag for me. Like, I just don't like sitting there. They playing through my nails. I like getting my feet done, but the nails, it's just like, once I get new growth, I take out my hair. My hair costs too much. These long ass braids, I got this for a decent price. This I paid $250 to get done. $250? Bitch. First of all, $250 I can pay my phone bill. $250 I can pay my car insurance. $250 I can pay my student loan. Okay, so for me, I'm looking at it as if I'm paying $250 for something, bitch, it better last a month or two, right? Because if a bill, you gotta pay that once a month, this gotta be a month type of thing. Because that means that's the only time I can afford it. So I try to preserve my braids, and that's why I love getting braids too, or whatever. I try to preserve hairstyles. 2 months max. I can't do over 3. If I get a hairstyle in the last 3 months, back then I could do it. I was good at it. But you gotta be able to preserve it. Like, you gotta take care of it to a point where it's just like, and then you gotta be able to like make sure like the new growth, like you could kind of make the new growth look flat. It's a technique. But the other problem too, when you leave your hair in for too long, when you take it out, The dirt builds up. The detangling is gonna be different. Whew. And I think I get kind of tired after 2 months anyway. Like, I just want to freshen it. But there's girls that when they hear that, the ladylike, they would throw up. Like, they would literally throw up. So, I mean, look. The ladylikes. But the thing is with the ladylikes, y'all be in this bag and it's just like, and I'm not being shady. I'm not. Cause guess what? I'm not a part of the ladylike. I've been the what is the name for the girl that don't? I've been a part of the don't give a fucks. And you know I've been single, right? So some of these ladylikes say like, oh, that's not ladylike. Man, wouldn't date a girl like that, and you're still single. No shade, no fucking tea. You've been cheated on. You've been played. So you're playing this ladylike role for what? Unless you're doing it for you, fine. But if you're doing something for you, don't try to diminish somebody because they don't do those things. Like, I hate those type of girls. Like, y'all be in this ladylike bag and it don't be a Birkin. Like, stop. Like, that shit most likely, that shit the Cuban link bag. The Cuban link bag that 50 Cent bought her. It's a Marshalls. Even though he eventually bought her Birkin because I just want to clear that out. But, I said all that to say, like, I don't know, is y'all farting in front of y'all man? How y'all dealing with y'all period? Like, how is it? When I take out my hair, Femi, he has this thing with hair. Like, he hates when his hair everywhere. Like, one time I did my hair in the house, he told me I can never do my hair in the house again. He'll just pay for me to get my hair done. I said, fine. If you're going to pay for it, that's fine. Like, it's something like with the hair, like the extensions. Like, he don't like hair. I'm like, it's like, if you see a piece of hair, just, I'm like, I'm taking out my hair. Obviously, a piece of hair might fall somewhere. Like, so, I don't know. It's just a lot. Like, there's too many rules. Like, nobody rules regulate me. Like, I just be telling him, like, look, this is who I am. Straight up. Like, this is me. This is me. This is Brittany. Brittany is a mess. This is how Brittany is. Like, for real. So, I don't know. I wonder how y'all girls is doing it. Y'all be in that ladylike bag, though? Imagine me getting up to go to the bathroom every time I pass gas. Knocking wolf. I can't even imagine me doing that, and I don't know. I don't know how some of y'all doing it. I don't know. I mean, but I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not going to come up here and lie to y'all and pretend like I understand something that I definitely don't understand. Just being like not, you know, super girly all the time, and I don't know. And sometimes, like, you know, some women are really ladylike and clean and pristine, but they can't cook. You know, I don't give a fuck. I'll cook and I'll clean, honey. A good meal. He's well fed. You know, so it's a bag. It's definitely a bag. And I just want to know, like, how is y'all giving it up out here? Because I'm hearing different stories and different lies. And I'm not judging, you know, if you don't want to fart funny, because, I mean, it's just a fart at the end of the day. Like, does it stink? Like, do I dislike? It depends. Like, if I just met you, or if I don't really know you and you fart near me, I feel like that's disrespectful. If I know you for years and you fart by me, I'm going to get mad if it stink. I'm going to be like, oh my God, your fart stink. What's wrong with you? But by the time the fart fades, it fades with me as well. Like, I'm not one of those people who like, oh, you're gross. Go to the bathroom. Like, I hate when people get in that bag. Like, ugh. Like, I mean, like, you stink. Like, that I could get. Like, call me a stink ass bitch. Fine. But then we over it, like, in minutes. Like, I like that. And it'd be funny, too, like, if you were, like, a group of friends and then one of your friends fart, this is mad weird. We'd be like, yo, what's wrong with this girl? Like, it'd be funny, but, like, I don't know. Like, I gotta know you. Like, and also, too, if I really don't know you, but I'm around you, like, some people have a personality where you fart, like, you know how some people have a personality that matches their behaviors? Like, let's say, like, they're really crazy and outlandish and you only just met them and then they fart around you, like that's something they would do. So it's not disrespectful because it matches their aesthetic. Y'all get me? I'm different. You feel me? But I don't know. It was just a topic because I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about it. So whatever. And thinking about dating and relationships, a lot of infidelity has been going on. Well, it depends because these two people who committed infidelity actually are in their own market. One is a religious leader, and one is a YouTuber. So those are two markets where you gotta be in the life to really care, which I understand. They're not like, technically they're not big celebrities or whatever the case may be that everybody is privy to. But who should I start with? I'll start with De'Ara and Ken. So De'Ara and Ken, DK4L, they're like these YouTubers and they're really popular. YouTube couple culture is a thing. So it's like you could be a couple and start a YouTube channel and for some reason people want to subscribe to you and they want to watch you and they want to watch your relationship play out and watch you go to Target together and go on dates to eat and get engaged and get pregnant and have babies. Like, it's a thing that people like. And De'Ara and Ken were one of the big ones, you know, on YouTube. And Ken got caught cheating, you know, flirting with another girl, grabbing on another girl's butt. He was rubbing on her chest. And it was just like... And it's because they live this certain lifestyle on YouTube. You could go check them out if you want, just so you could get a feel of what type of life they were portraying. And not to say that's not the life that they don't live, because maybe that was his first mishap or whatever. We don't know. So it really threw a lot of people by storm, you know, seeing this or whatever the case may be. Is like, oh my God, Ken is cheating. And then the other person for me that was really big, because I actually went to this church, is the lead pastor, Carl Lentz, of Hillsong, NYC, the East Coast region, cheated. And he's a religious figure, right? So when a pastor does something, it's never good. Because at the end of the day, De'Ara and Ken, they're just YouTube stars, right? So we kind of expect in some ways for them to fuck up, but it's just the only reason why people get shocked when they fuck up is because they portray a certain persona on YouTube. For a pastor, when they mess up, it's like, oh, you're teaching us to be inspirational. You're teaching us the word of God. You're doing this, you're doing that, and you're cheating. And for me, if you really study the word and you really live by the Bible and you really live by God, you know the first things first is that we all fall short. And as somebody who went to Hillsong, Pastor Carl really could preach. And I never felt like it was disingenuous, the things he said, the things he went through, you know, his story. Of course, well, people do be lying about stuff, but you know, he's a guy, he's a human, and he cheated. They said he cheated during, you know, the quarantine, and he got caught. And for me, what it was, and then just before that, another pastor got caught cheating was Pastor John Gray, and for me, I do feel like we kind of hold these religious leaders up to such a high standard, which makes sense because you're a religious leader. Like, religion is so key. But at the end of the day as well, we're human. And human, you know, even the Bible says we sin, you know. And we do things. And I just felt like he cheated. And it's bad. And I'm praying for his family because I could only imagine what the wife is going through. One of his daughters, I don't know her exact age, but she's much older. Both of them are actually much older. All of them kind of like even 8 or 9, because I think the son is like 8, I want to say. You could kind of know, like, okay, something's going on in my family. Mom and dad are upset at each other. And these kids now with this thing, they could Google and see everything that's going on online. So he probably in the blog. You could see everything that's going on. So the son probably be in the blogs too at 8. Just know that his father just cheated on his mother. So all of them is all of them know the tea. All of them. So for me, it didn't make me question religion, but it did make me question monogamy, right? Not that I don't believe that one could be with one, right? But it's like, if your pastor is cheating, and not just him, this is common. This has happened amongst so many pastors, right? What is it that we are doing wrong? Is it something with them? Is it something with having that much power, having that much people look up to you that makes you want to do something risque? It could be a factor, right? What is it? It's hard to figure out what it is that makes a man want to cheat or do that, because it's very risky and you really hurt your partner's feeling, like, not, and I mean, and you hurt a church, you hurt the people around you, and you hurt your kids, and it makes me think, like, for you to have so much at stake and still do that, what is it? Like, what are we doing something wrong in love? Are we making the wrong decisions with partners? Or is monogamy really hard? Is it really hard to be with one person? Can you be in love with a variety of people? Is staying committed to one person unrealistic? But then I think a lot of women don't cheat, right? I can see if this was an issue between men and women, right? If it was an issue between men and women, then I would be like, okay, maybe monogamy is not a thing for all of us. But I don't know the percentage, but I'm quite sure there's a lot of women who have never cheated. And maybe even men, right? There's some of us who do it. But just because some people, like, I wish that we could, like, survey the whole world and figure out how many women cheated, how many men cheated, how often do we cheat, how do we perceive cheating, because it's also what is cheating. Because somebody might be like, oh, I flirted with somebody one time, I'm a cheater. To me, if you flirted but you ain't touched that person, you ain't kissed that person, you ain't had sex, no form of touching, all you did was flirt that night, that's not cheating. If you continue to keep talking to somebody every single day, I consider that cheating. If you just, like, constantly kept talking to the person or whatever the case may be, I do kind of consider that cheating or whatever. If you just, like, fake relationshiping with somebody every single day, it does make me think, like, what can we, like, what can we do, like? And also too, I'm in a relationship. I was when all this was going down, I told my man, like, anything you need from me, just call me, please. If you're at work, if you're on the road, and you need something, she's available. There's no need to go running out and trying to find new things, because I'm here. What is it that you need? We can get it done. I told you I was on my period. We can run the red lights. Like, what do you need from me so that you don't step out? You get what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, it's but it's not always sexual too. It's usually, honestly, a lot of times not even that. It could be personality. It could be how you treat him. Or with men, how you treat your heart. Like, it could just be something in the house that's just going wrong. Or simply, they just wanted to try something new, and love and relationships is crazy. And I do wonder about infidelity and what it will bring in the years to come. What will relationships and love look like? Because everything is ever evolving, even things like love. And when I see like cheating scandals back to back to back, especially like I said for a religious figure, and not even that, from people who have things at stake. Because De'Ara and Ken, at the end of the day, when you make a couples channel, your business is your relationship, that's not a lot at stake. Like, basically, De'Ara and Ken's business is their relationship, which, you know, is debatable as to should you make something like that a career. But they're business partners. So, yeah, they have a lot at stake, too. Just like Carl Lentz, you know, like people watching you could lose followers from that, sponsorships from that. You could lose your partner from that. Now you got to start over fresh. I'm quite sure if each of them was to start over fresh, they would be good. But still, it's like you have something at stake when you do shit like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it just made me, you know, look at the dating spectrum, love spectrum, marriage, commitment. And it's so funny because we talked about all these things last week. And what is it for the future? Will monogamy always be a thing? Is polygamy a thing? You know, but even these topics are so broad, and this is why I was like, you know, I don't want to get too much in that bag. Funny story, prior to COVID, when I was doing Brit Says season 3, I had made a list of all episodes I wanted to make. You know, I was trying to link up with people, and I wanted to do an episode on polygamy, and I had found a polygamous couple. That shit would have been dope. I'm still going to work on it once we get COVID, you know, figured out. And I'm now, with everything going on, I really would love to meet a polygamous couple and just understand, you know, their mindset. And I wanted to make sure it was a couple that was really about that life, you know, that was really serious about it, or whatever the case may be. And I really want to see what it's like, and not see, but, you know, understand, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, we just got to be open to doing things that make sense, or whatever the case may be. But it's weird. That was the sink. It's weird. It's really, really weird. It's not weird, it's just a lot. A lot of these topics, they're a lot. It's a lot to, like, bring in. And, yeah, you know. Prayers to these couples, you know. Everything gonna get worked out. De'Ara and Ken are really young. They'll figure it out. I think they'll be fine. Carl Lentz, he has 3 kids. They're married. They're fully, you know... He has a lot of people to answer to. Like, respectfully, he has to answer to. De'Ara and Ken, well, De'Ara and Ken kind of fake do got to answer to their fans, because the fans is the ones making them who they are, realistically. But hey, it is what it is. So now that we're done with that, what have I been watching? So because of all the things that I've watched. See, this is a lot. I don't know. I never did such a long podcast, but we'll see. So what I've been watching has obviously expanded my brain cells. And one of the things I watched was The Social Dilemma. This came out in 2018 on Netflix, or whatever the case may be. And I don't know, someone told me to watch it. We home. I'm home. I can't speak, you know, for everybody. But I was like, let me just watch this, or whatever the case may be. And the people they picked were so young. Like, these kids were like 18, 19, like mad young. Some of them like maybe even 15, or whatever the case may be. And they just talked to them, but it was still dope. And what I took from it mostly was just because I'm older and I'm watching these young kids talk, they were just talking about, like, things that they were dealing with from being popular on social media, obviously. And some of the stuff was just really high school related stuff. And it just reminded me, like, wow, you so young, and you never really faced adversity yet. And one of the girls, she was like this white girl, blonde hair from Calabasas. I forgot the girl's name, but you could check out The Social Dilemma on Netflix or whatever the case may be. And one of the things she said was, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like, I just feel like I never experienced anything. Like, I've never been through anything. Like, everything is just good. And that's really what the fuck life is like when you're young. And I'm thinking of that because you guys know that I had went through something very traumatic this year where, you know, I lost my child or whatever. And I was just thinking like, damn, like, I feel like for me personally, like, that is one of the biggest adversities I've ever faced. And I'm only 28. And that's actually what scares me, is like, I hope that's it. Like, I don't want more smoke. I don't want more problems with this world. Leave me alone, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, before that, I mean, I had experienced some trauma. I had ectopic pregnancy as well, as you guys know. And that was a big for me too, as well. It definitely taught me, like, you not, what's the word? Like, you're not, I hate when I forget words. Like, you're not invincible. Like, anything can happen to you. You feel me? Like, sometimes when you are, I wish, like, you could go back in time and just tell yourself, like, things ain't so bad. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and she's right. She's like, I just feel like everything is good. Like, I've never seen anything bad. And I'm just like, yo, girl, chill. Like, when she was saying that shit, I'm like, yo, you gotta chill out. Number one. And I was thinking, like, are there people, because she's mad young, so obviously she hasn't even fully lived life yet. And so she said, nothing's bad. I've never experienced anything. I feel like everything is good. Boom. Flashback to another girl on the show. The girl was on social media or whatever. And now with high school, they date off of social media. Like, in high school, we didn't have Instagram. So the way you find people is kind of like in your high school is through Instagram. Whatever the case may be. She started dating a boy in her high school. And it was mad high school. The issue was mad high school. So when I tell y'all, don't laugh. Like, y'all not gonna laugh, but it all right, let me just say it. And then she felt like one of her friends was like kind of like getting kind of close with the boy. So she told her boyfriend, like, I kind of don't like the girl. And then the girl started spreading rumors about her that she cheated on her boyfriend. You see how this sounds mad high school. She cheated on her boyfriend. And when they started spreading rumors about her that she cheated on her boyfriend, people started calling her a hoe and a slut all over social media. And it got to her because she was young. You feel me? So when you're young, you never really face full adversity. So something like that seems like the end of the world to you. And that's what scares me, you know, too. And what happened was she then left that school. She went to another school and something happened with a boy again. And the boy just was kind of like, he like was being mean to her. Like, something happened with the school, and then the girl tried to commit suicide. She tried to hang herself and then took a bunch of drugs. All over this situation. And for me, it was so weird seeing that contrast, because that girl with the blonde hair is like, I don't feel like I've experienced anything bad or anything sad. Even though she did go through something where somebody was kind of like harassing her online or whatever the case would be. And then that other girl, she took that moment and almost killed herself. And that is a big adversity, to almost commit suicide. That's very traumatizing. And then to live it, survive from it, or whatever the case may be, it fucks with your head. I'm pretty sure that shit travels with you for mad long. Like, after you wake up in the hospital and you're like, what the fuck just happened? They're like, oh, you tried to kill yourself and you lived, you're okay. And now you gotta go to therapy, all this other stuff. And your parents are scared. Everybody is treating you differently. And she said that, whatever the case is good. It's just like, I don't know. I don't think I have young viewers, but I just hope, like, people realize, like, it's not to downplay your situation or whatever the case may be, but it's just to say, like, y'all gotta eat this shit up, because life is gonna get a little more harder than that. Like, when I think about some of the things I used to get upset about, I'm just like, and I said this in the episode, We All Got Problems, and I'm just like, that shit is like, she's like, if somebody was to call me a slut or something right now, and I'm not one, that shit wouldn't even, like, what the fuck is, like, what are you talking about? Like, somebody call me a hoe? Like, I mean, like, I don't, you know. Like, I would be like, okay, like, sometimes, though, I guess if somebody was saying it with real meaning, nah, not right now. And that's the other thing, too, with adversities, too. When you face adversities, like, when I went through what I went through, like, a lot of shit probably would not phase me anything. And I think that God does stuff to really make you stronger, because, like, I feel like a lot of shit that probably would have phased me can't phase me. Like, I can't, like, when you go through some real shit, like, certain stuff should not be phasing you, for real. Like, certain stuff really shouldn't really be getting to you the way it gets to you. Like, and even when I was saying the story to y'all about what happened on The Social Dilemma, I felt weird saying the story, because I felt like it sounds so silly. But I know when you're young, somebody young, well, some young girls do experience teenage pregnancy, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not experiencing losing a child, and because there's some young people who've been through some shit. Okay, some of them not really facing real issues, so that feels like the biggest thing in the world to them. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just interesting how we're so young. I wish we could just be able to look at life and realize, like, this is okay. You'll get through this. This is fine. Like, fuck these kids. And just being able to, like, beat people's ass. Like, now, just like it, like, okay, they're calling you a hoe. Being called, like, I guess, if somebody keep calling you a hoe all day and a slut, it's kind of mean. I don't know. But anyway, speaking of just being young and adversity, next topic. The next thing I was watching was the Nexum thing on Starz. Is it on Starz? Yeah. So Nexum, if you don't know, if you have Starz or Starz app, you can go watch it. I'm quite sure there's ways to watch all these things for free. Nexum was basically like this self-help organization or whatever the case may be. And I deadass remember this shit. And this is why this is so important. And it was like, the way they was like portraying it was like, it's a self-help, help you become, you know, like an entrepreneur, a wise, self-care, loving type person type shit. And I legitimately remember hearing about it on TV. Like, I feel like it was on E! News or something. Not E! News, like, whatever was out around that time, like, whatever, like, entertainment news was out around that time, I remember them talking about it. Like, it was this thing that was hot and, like, you know, celebrity culture, pop culture, or whatever the case may be. And I remember wishing I could be in it until I heard it was like $21,000 to pay for it, right? And you know what it taught me was, number one, because the girl that's like the top girl in the show, she was only 19 when she joined. And it just made me be like, yo, if you have kids, children, just to teach them not to be so susceptible to everything. Like, if I'm 19, 16 and I'm watching this shit on TV, right, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need self-help. I need this type of, I don't know, like, I need this. I need. I feel like I need a self-help organization. I want to be around a group of people who think like me and blase, 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 right? It sounds good. Then when you get in there, they're like kind of like brainwashing you and shit. So it's like, that's what's so crazy about like being a parent or whatever, right? Even though I'm not like a parent yet, but I could just imagine, like, it's so many things you got to teach your kids. So that was one of the things I was grasping from this, was like, you got to teach your kids not to be susceptible to so much shit. Like, certain things they was doing were brainwashing techniques, but she didn't know. And I don't think it's her fault. I think it's just that she was young and she wanted an in. She wanted to feel accepted. She wanted to be a part of a group. And sometimes you can't, when you're young, that's what sucks. You can't really, you feel like, I'm going to be a part of this group though, so I feel like I should do this and I should do that and da-da-da. And all this kind of bounces back too, right, to King Von and Mo3, these people who part of gang culture, right? Feeling like you need to belong and be in a group of people you feel like is supportive, right? The other thing that it not taught me but made me think about was like, in some ways, the beauty of not having access to money at a young age, right? Because this group was mostly full of white people. Because white people, especially around that time, they're the ones who have money to give to their kids to join some fucking self-help group. My mother wasn't going to give me, I already knew my mother not finna pay $2,100 to put me in no self-help group. She's not doing that. She just wouldn't even pay to put me in fucking camp. You get what I'm saying? So, but had she did that, I wanted to join her. I'd go to my, I want to be a part of the next time. Da, 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 da. My mother wasn't paying $2,100. She gonna laugh at me. She not gonna even laugh. She's just gonna ignore me. Like, so sometimes it's like beautiful not to have access to money sometimes, right? That it taught me that, like, oh, thank God, I wasn't rich. All my friends, they had money or whatever the case may be, because those are the type of things, like, something I would want to join. My mother paid for it. Now this man is telling me to give him head and stuff. Yeah, y'all gotta watch it. The tea gets hot, honey. And we just gotta teach the young people just not to be susceptible to things, and it just made me want to be like, whatever, like, if I have kids, whatever they do, I need to know what you're doing at all times. Like, if you want to be a part of a group, I don't give a fuck if you want to do fucking step. Like, I don't give a fuck if you want to be a part of a painting group. I need to know about this group. I need to be there. I need to know what's going on. I need to know the backstory. I need to go to your little paint shows. I want to meet the owner, the CEO, because bitch, the CEO was touching the girls and turning them into sex slaves. And it's just like, and it's sad. Like, we got to deal with this. Like, yeah, first you're abusing power and you're abusing people for their money. You're taking $2,100 from me. Like, you already took my money. Like, at least give me the self-help. But no, you want to touch me. He was eating their coochie and stuff. It was too much. It was too much. Like, it's just like, why people gotta be this way? Like, just. But I was just saying, like, there's a beauty in not having access to too much money, because when you do have access to too much money, you start doing stupid shit. And that also goes back, they have a Scientology special on Netflix too. And they talk about Scientology. Scientology hasn't got caught up currently yet, or whatever, but they portray themselves as a religious group, but these things are like cults, and it was talking about the crazy things that they were doing to these women and men in Scientology, and just these other type of culty groups, and it all stems from people just wanting to feel belonged and be a part of something, and it's just like, that's not how you go about it. And I want to get into another bag, but I'm not going to get into that bag yet. Like, certain stuff I'm not going to talk about because I'm going to wait until, things progress. But I think, like, especially, like, my listeners, we're getting at the age where a lot of us get married and have kids and doing different things. Or even, I don't even know. I know for me, I don't feel the need to, like, belong a part of any group. But even if you're that type of person, be careful the type of shit you putting yourself into. Because you could get caught up into some nonsense. I think about it, I don't know. This is all theory, but I'm about to say, I think about at least the age of 25 to 30, I would hope people aren't easily susceptible. I feel like that's more of a young thing to, like, fall into bullshit. Like, I feel like when you fall into some bullshit, you usually will get out at this age. Like, you'd be like, yo, I almost got caught up, son. I almost got scammed. Like, you might get scammed for your money a little bit, but you ain't finna get caught up in nothing where you living somewhere and you're locked in that place, or you feel. So I don't feel like a lot of us will reach the point where we would feel like we're somewhere where we need to escape and all that stuff, unless somebody kidnap you. But I don't think at that age, I would hope you fall into things where you might feel the need to have to escape or stuff like that. I just don't think so. I think it's something that comes with age. But I mean, if you want to be accepted, I don't know. It's weird, but definitely go and watch that, guys. It's interesting, especially the next one. It's very interesting. The Scientology one, I feel like so much people know about Scientology, but definitely watch it because it's so many spectrums, and it's a good what's the word I'm thinking of? Eye opener, and just like, because I feel like we're producing the future. So let's like teach our kids, and then in the future, or your nieces and nephews, or I don't know, like whatever other things, God, children, or whatever. Like, look, don't fall into these hypes, don't fall into these things, and just always try to be supportive and helpful mentally to the youth, because these are the type of people that fall into these things, and now it's like, bam, a whole trauma that you don't even want your child in, or anybody, that young person that you love. And so yeah. The other thing I had watched, this was a while ago though, actually. This wasn't recently. This was the HBCU homecoming or whatever. And it was just dope. And why I'm bringing it up was because I remembered originally I had wanted to go to Clark Atlanta University. It was only two prominently known HBCUs that I knew that had a fashion merchandising program, which was Clark Atlanta University and Howard University. And I wanted to go to Clark Atlanta because I always wanted to listen with High. So while I'm watching this stuff, I'm like, yo, I wonder what life would be like. And I think so often about these things with everything that just went on. Is like, had I made different turns? Do you guys ever think about stuff like that? Like, how you wanted to do one thing, but you didn't do it because this and that and this and that, and so many things came in your way. Like, how would life have been had you made that one turn, or whatever the case may be? And I remember wanting to go to Clark Atlanta, and I'll be very open. I was the type of person when I was younger, like in high school, where what I wanted was what I wanted. I didn't want like anything different. So for me, I knew I wanted to major in fashion merchandising, and I knew I didn't want to go to school in New York City, right? So people say, oh, apply to FIT, apply to FIT. And I'm just like, I don't want to go to FIT. Did I apply to FIT? I don't even think I would have got accepted there anyway. I don't recall. Did I ever apply to FIT? I don't know. But I applied to Clark Atlanta. I applied to SUNY Buffalo State. I applied to SUNY Binghamton because Binghamton had a fashion merchandising program. Did I apply to Oneonta? I think I applied to Oneonta. SUNY Oneonta. I said Clark Atlanta. They made us apply to all these CUNY colleges because when you apply to CUNY, you could pay $60 and you get to apply to 6 schools. They told all the students that we had to apply to CUNY. Just in case we don't get accepted in our schools, they felt like we would get accepted to CUNY. But I'm going to tell you a funny story. And then I applied to school, Villa Maria College, and I applied to FIDM, Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Cali. Boom. So I didn't get accepted to none of my schools. All right, well, I did. I got accepted to Villa Maria College, but I applied to Villa Maria College after I didn't get accepted to any of my schools. And I got accepted to FIDM, Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in California. But fashion, if you notice, all the schools I named, besides Clark Atlanta, Villa Maria, and FIDM, were all CUNYs. So when you go to school in state, because CUNY, even though it's upstate New York, it's still New York State. You get a lot more TAB and financial aid and all that other stuff. In-state scholarships and things like that. So I didn't get accepted to none of my schools that I applied to. And I'm going to tell y'all why. GPA-wise, my GPA was okay. I had like an 86 average, blase. A lot of these schools, like CUNY and SUNY, they're not looking for like 95 GPAs or whatever. So for me, I fucked up on my SAT. Like I took the SAT like 2 to 3 times and I just kept failing or whatever. Like I was doing that. Like what's the highest? 2,400. I was getting like 1260, 1224. Like those type of numbers, and I was trying. I didn't get it. Like I've never been a good test taker. Number one, so it is what it is. That's so weird. But so I didn't get some. None of my schools all over this fucking SAT score, like dead ass serious, and I knew I couldn't really pass it. So whatever, and it was frustrating. But it's funny because it's like weird. Like what would have life been like, or whatever the case may be. And then I didn't go to FIDM because the school was expensive as fuck, and I wasn't able to get a lot of financial aid because of family income. And that's a topic that needs to be discussed, is about how people put people in this box for these certain income ranges, and it's like the way life is set up, that shit is still not enough. Like they were saying that my parents made enough money, and my father at the time was even living with us, you know, and it was just like they were saying my mother made all this money and I wasn't able to get certain financial aid and certain loans and things. And then my parents' credit wasn't that good, so they couldn't take out certain loans for me to even go to FIDM. So I was just stuck going to SUNY or whatever. And I had to take out private loans to even pay for the SUNY. I mean, for Villa Maria. Villa Maria was private and it was pretty expensive too. But I only went there for 1 year and then I transferred to Buff State. And I had thought about transferring to Clark Atlanta, but I never applied because I was already in Buffalo. Because Villa Maria College is in Buffalo. And I was just like, I kind of know Buffalo. I was able to visit Buffalo State College because I was in Buffalo. And I was like, oh, I like Buffalo State College. This college is fun because I had a friend who went there. My friend Sharette went there. So I used to visit her on campus. I had another friend who went there. Her name was Latima. And I had visited her on campus. So I had been to the campus a few times. I knew the campus. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'll just go here or whatever the case may be. And I never reapplied to Clark Atlanta University. Or because of that. And I don't know, when I was watching the HBCU thing, and it just made me look back into that time and be like, what would have Clark Atlanta Brittany Lingard been like? Or whatever the case may be. Because I remember I wanted to go to that school so bad. And yeah, Buff State accepted me and I'm fucking SATs, bro. And that's why I'm stressing. I'm stressing about something I don't know why I don't want to tell people about it, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, do you guys ever do that? Just think about what life would have been like had you took a certain turn. And I always wanted to go to HBCU, and I'm just damn, Britt, why you ain't applying to Clark Atlanta? What if you would have gotten into Clark Atlanta University? That would have been crazy. But, God don't make no mistakes. We all take different turns, rights and lefts, and do different things. And, yeah, life is crazy out here. Shit is crazy, But, yeah, the HBCU homecoming was actually on YouTube, so you guys could check that out. It was kind of cool. And that's what made me think about it, because it was just, talking about, the historical black colleges. It was, one of those things I regret. And then it's now Kamala, she went to Howard, and she's the VP, a vice president of the United States of America. So, yeah, it is what it is at the end of the motherfucking day. Or whatever the case may be. But I'm happy I wrapped this up. I got in my bag. We talked about a lot of different topics. Yeah, next week you will be getting a regular Brent Says. I hope you guys like my Shoot the Shits episode. And you guys definitely will be getting a regular Brent Says next week, because next week starts the holidays. Ooh, 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 ooh. Next week is it next week? Wait, hold on. What's my phone? Yeah, next week is Thanksgiving. Yes, it is. Yes, ma'am. And that's why that Monday, I'm going to do my episode just preparing y'all for the holidays, because, the aunties could get crazy. You know, your mom, your dad, they get crazy, the cousins, the family, and I'm just here to prepare you for all the bullshit. Even though a lot of us might not be doing Thanksgiving this year, I'm gonna prepare you for, you know, having to stay home for the holidays. Maybe you have to celebrate Thanksgiving by yourself this year. That's fine. Brick says, got you. Boo-boo. Yes, let's get to it. So yes, I'm excited about that. And yeah, I will see you guys when